Hello, in this video we'll be talking about variables. Variables are in fact containers for a value. For instance, I have here this object, and this object can have variables associated, so we can add a variable. And the variable can have different types of values. Can be a string, a number, a boolean, an array, which is a set of values, or even a structure, which is a set of different types of values. Variables allow us to store this information, this data, so can be numbers and so on. In this game, I've created a game variable which is associated with the scene. So I've created this scene1 variable, which is a number, and initially has the value 0. And what we are going to do is very simply, we have here a text box, and when I press one of the buttons, I change the variable, the value of the variable, either to 1 or to 2, and then I represent the value of that variable in this text box. So what we are doing here in the events is, if the cursor is touching the button number 1, then we change the value of the scene variable, scene1 variable, to 1. And likewise, if we do touch the second button, we change the scene variable to 2. And then at any frame, what we do is change the text of this text box to "you pressed button" plus the string or the value of this variable. So if I want to do the same for the third button, what we are going to do is adding a new event. So in case the cursor or there is a touch on that object, what we are going to do is change the variable. So we have here the global variables or scene variables. We are changing the value of a variable, which is this one. We'll set to, in this case, to 3. Okay, so if we touch button number 3, then we change the scene variable value to 3. And now if I touch this button, it turns into 3. So variables can be associated with the entire game, and that's a global variable. They can be associated with just one scene of the game, which is the case for this variable I created, or they can be associated just with the instance of an object. It really depends on how we want to use this variable to do it.